Hello everybody and welcome to MITOSIS, my intricate thoughts on stuff I've seen. And I just got back from watching Noah with my family. The new biblical movie we've got out here. And with this and I think it's just called The Bible. It's like a TV show and it sucks too. Oh yeah, no, this movie. Fuck me, does it ever suck. And I hope this biblical movies are not turning into the new superhero movies where that's just all we're going to be fucking watching for the next couple months, because, oh god, it's hard to do a biblical movie right. Why? Well, multiple reasons. One, there's a lot of contradicting shit in the Bible. Sorry there, Christians, but there is. There's also a lot of very short stories. It's a Bible. It has a lot of books in it. Within these books have a lot of stories. So making a 2-hour to 2.5-hour movie out of, let's see how long this movie ran, because it felt like for fucking ever. Runtime, 138 minutes, so fucking 2 hours 20, basically. So 2.5 hours, let's say. Making a 2.5-hour movie out of a biblical story is not easy to do. This movie did not do it right. Now, fucking, the one thing this movie has going for it, I'll start right off the bat with positives, because I've got a whole slew of fucking negatives. The one thing this movie has going for it is it has a wicked cast. I mean, just fucking awesome. You've got Russell Crowe as Noah, and he doesn't sing a lot in this movie, so you're good. Jennifer Connelly as his wife. You've got Emma Watson in this movie. Anthony Hopkins plays the grandfather / God? Maybe? I don't know. I'll get to that. There's a lot of stupid. But you've got a really good cast here, and they turn in a fucking wicked performance. Absolutely wicked performance. And for this movie, that's more than this movie fucking deserves. So, this starts off as, like, an environmental movie. It does. It kind of starts off as, like, Noah's Ark as written by Ferngully, where it's like, man is evil. Every man is evil. Every single one. All mankind sucks. We've destroyed the earth. Just ruined it. Ruined it. With wars. And we won't actually show you any wars, but they happened. And big gray wastelands, and I don't know how they got there, but they're there. Although we do have a very luscious green matte painting behind us. Oh god, the first thing you're going to notice in this movie is that it was edited by a fucking monkey. The effects. This is, and I have IMDb pulled up right now because I had to figure this out, a $125 million movie. Fuck me. $125 million must have gone into Russell Crowe, Anthony Hopkins, and Emma Watson, and Jennifer Connelly's fucking checks. Because they did not go into any effects. Oh god, just watching the birds fly, watching the matte painting of the fucking the mountain behind them. They never go up the mountain, obviously, because there's no fucking mountain. My grandpa was convinced they actually flew places and filmed there. I'm convinced the whole thing was a set. And I'm convinced they reused the set for every shot. So, they start off basically with the story of Cain and Abel. Cain killed Abel. They don't tell you why. Personally, I've never read the story, so well, I mean, I have read the story, but fuck me, it was a long time ago. Cain and Abel. They don't tell you anything about the story, just Cain kills Abel. Cain's a dick. Cain and Abel and Seth. Seth, the passive brother, who noped so hard, he noped out of the story. Seth. Alright. So now all that's left are the descendants of Cain and the descendants of Seth. And the descendants of Seth are all but forgotten, because they pretty much were... Everybody was pretty much convinced that all the descendants of Seth were dead. Because the main descendant of Cain, and I'm not even kidding, I think his name is hyphenated with Cain, Tubal Cain, played by Ray Winstone. He killed Noah's dad. And Noah just fucked off and ran. Didn't get caught, despite the fact that he was walking across a gray wasteland. And there was an army who was just searching this one rock. I don't know why they were at that rock. It was never explained. But they were there. I don't know why. Noah never got caught. But he didn't. You just kind of have to accept this shit. So... Oh, God. So Noah just kind of grows up, has kids and a wife. Don't know where they came from, they just happened. This movie time jumps a lot. They come across, like a wasteland of dead bodies. I have to assume the Cain guy did it. He's the only other group of people, they're the only other group of people I've seen in this movie. I have to assume they did it, because they're evil. So they just killed because they like to kill. They find a girl, little girl, whose gut was wrenched open and punctured her uterus. 10 years old. I'm not even going to go into the scientifics of that. They must have a really good fucking medical bill, because she's fine, and she grows up into Emma Watson. Oh yeah, no, there's a time jump right after that, by the way. 10 years. Nothing interesting happened in those 10 years. And then Russell Crowe, Noah, I'll just call him Noah, I guess, has a dream about drowning and everybody around him dead. And he figures that this is a message from God, that God will flood the earth. The Creator. Sorry. The Creator. They never once call him God in this flick. I don't know why, but they don't ever read... Or they're all yelling at each other, by the way, because my family loves to yell. And also, I'm pretty convinced that my family will like any movie. Any movie. I should have known that after they enjoyed Priest, but, like, these are the kind of guys who will give money to fucking anybody. So, he has this dream, and interprets it as a message from the Creator that he's going to water nuke everything. So he goes to the high mountains to seek out Grandfather Yoda, played by Anthony fucking Hopkins, who is yucking it up, and he's having a great time as this role. His whole obsession is berries. The little kid talks to him and he says, "I love berries." And he's like, "I want some fucking berries. You got some berries now? I'm kind of craving berries." He's like, "No, man. You better bring me some fucking berries." This guy and his berries. So, he's like, "Here, have some tea with me." He gives him a cup, and it's not tea. I could have fucking told you it wasn't tea. It was happy juice. I don't know what it was, but it makes him trip balls. And he gets the water, and he gets a vision of the snake and the forbidden fruit and an ark. So, both of God's visions have come to him, one in the form of a nightmare, and one in the form of a happy juice fever dream. Man, what a different movie this would have been if he would have just been nuts. Because he comes off as nuts and high a lot. There's a lot of drugs in this movie. And if it weren't for the fact that the flood ends up coming later on, I would have just said, yeah, I think you're just fucking nuts, dude. So, he starts building and his family's just okay with this. They're like, seems legit. Let's build an ark. Evil fucker comes back. And this movie is Star Wars, by the way. This movie is fucking Star Wars. Anthony Hopkins is Yoda. Russell Crowe is Obi-Wan Kenobi. And fucking Ra's al Ghul, what the fuck is his name? Tubal Cain. The main bad guy is the Emperor. Because he turns to the sun, and literally there's one part in the movie where he's like, give in to your hatred. Give in to your hatred and kill your father. Oh, fuck me. So he does that. And I'm jumping ahead here. Heaven forbid I jump ahead in a movie that jumps ahead more. So, you know, they get on they're building the ark. The sun runs away. The sun goes into their camp, like the bad guy's camp, and finds a lady there who's, like, fending off people because they, like, rape and beat women in that little alcove. Although the only raping, or I guess we don't see raping, but the only mishandling of women and trading them in for food that we see is in another one of Russell Crowe's fucking fever dreams. He has a lot of these. And he meets a girl there. And she's sweet enough, right? Pretty basic. She's just kind of fending off thirsty-ass motherfuckers. Alright, fine, fair enough. Then the animals start coming into the ark. And they're thinking, well, how in the hell are we going to calm all these animals? And then he takes a fucking his wife brings him a woodpecker. And he grabs the woodpecker and puts its face over a bunch of smoke. And it passes out. And he goes, we could knock them the fuck out with smoke. God, they're dead. We filled their whole lungs with smoke. My grandpa's explanation was that their metabolism slows down. Yeah, and their breathing. But fine, let's go with that. Let's say the drugging up of all of the animals in an enclosed ark works. More drugs. So, Russell Crowe does not give a fuck throughout this entire movie. He does not care about his wife. He does not care about his sons. He does not care about the girl. He does not care about Emma Watson when she grows up. He does not care about anybody. And when the son basically just fucks off into the woods, Russell Crowe basically acts like he doesn't see him. Like, fuck him. Let him die. And then, when the rain hits, he goes, ah, shit, I should probably get the boy. Drag him by his fucking ear. Because, you know, he probably went to the evil fucking caravan of dickweeds that I saw he was kind of getting influenced with before. And I never thought of this. This is Noah's fault, by the way. Everybody was like, oh no, he's been tempted. You know, this is the way of saying Satan without saying Satan, because no one says God or Satan in this fucking movie. In this biblical movie about the story of Noah, no one says God, Satan, devil, father, nothing like that. It's the creator and shitweed. So they're going on, and Noah doesn't give a fuck, and then he suddenly gives a fuck. And he goes and the guy and the girl are running to get back to the Ark. He wants to save her now. The kid's basically stopped being a whiny teenager, and I can understand him being a whiny teenager considering his parents don't care, but he stopped being a whiny teenager, and he goes, I'm going to go back to my dad with the girl, and he'll help us. You assume way too much of Noah. She gets her leg caught in a bear trap that I guess they have, and he sets it up earlier on in the movie, and literally the only reason we see him set it up is so that we can see the chick get her foot caught in the bear trap. And this kid, who has been helping with the construction of an ark the size of Noah's ego, cannot pry this fucking bear trap open. It clamps right back down on her leg. Good work there, Tex. So, the father comes, basically, like, shoves the kid aside and tells him to get the fuck to the Ark. Like he's saying, go to your room. Takes one look at the girl, and just turns around. What an asshole. Just lets her die. And we get to see her face get stomped in Seth Rollins style. Just curb stomp into the dirt. Just to let us remember how great our protagonist is. Our chosen one from God. He's the hero. Fucking fantastic. So they get on the Ark, and the flood hits. Geysers come out of the fucking floor. Like, they basically just set up a water park. Because, like I said, the effects are pretty much the shit you would expect out of Wildwater Kingdom. Maybe less. And then they got the actual flood coming in from both sides, connecting at the Ark. Viking chief Tubal-Cain hangs onto the side of the Ark as the tidal wave just crashes into the side. This does not deter him one bit, by the way. We don't actually get to see him until, you know, we find out the big reveal. The little kid, or not the little kid, but the younger, the fucking Anakin Skywalker kid, is helping him. He's feeding him with the animals that are on the ship. Oh, by the way, we get to see the bad guys. They eat, and they eat meat. Noah and his family do not eat during this movie. I was looking for one scene of them eating berries or something. They mention their berries. Kid loves his berries. No berries are in this movie. There's one berry in this movie. I'll get to that. Actually, I should probably get to it now because I'm talking about the Ark, the flood hitting. You get to see Anthony Hopkins pick up a berry, and he eats it. But before that, this whole thing is that Emma Watson's womb was sliced when she was a kid and when they found her. So she's barren, as they call her. She can't have kids. No internal bleeding, no dying, she just can't have kids. Alright. So, you know, she goes to Noah, and she's like, you know, I'm not worth your son. He deserves a better wife, somebody who can bear children. And Noah says, you know, you're my daughter. I love you. I would give you my blessing. You know, no matter what. And I'm like, that's actually kind of sweet. That's really sweet. You know, you get to learn that even though, like, there are women out there that can't bear children. And they feel like less of a woman because they can't conceive. And this is a really great lesson to teach. Psych. Jennifer Connelly's character, Name, Noah's wife, goes to Anthony Hopkins and basically is like, can you help her conceive a child? And he goes, no, I can't. I'm just a dude. But, of course, Emma Watson goes into the fucking new garden that's built by God. Whatever, I can buy it. It's a biblical movie. And she finds Anthony Hopkins there searching for berries. And Anthony Hopkins raises a hand to her stomach and goes, I give you my blessing. And then you just see her flipping out, and the trees are rustled, and you know she has an intact uterus and womb and all that kind of good shit. So the moral of the story here is that women who can't bear children are barren, and they're useless, and they do not deserve a man. Christianity! I know not all Christians are like this, okay? I'm just gonna fucking state this for the record before my comments section is basically filled with gibbering fucking idiots who are like, you hate Christians. Fuck you. You hate Catholics. I went to a Catholic school. If I hated Catholics that much, I wouldn't have gone to their masses and all that. They are good people. By nature. We are good people. By nature. It is certain Catholics and certain Christians that can eat on the greasiest part of my ass, and those are the hate-filled, prejudiced fuckers who believe that unless you are quote-unquote normal, you're not worth shit. That's exactly what happens in this movie. If you're a woman and you can't conceive, then you shouldn't be on the ark. Except that conceiving on the ark is wrong. Because we're all supposed to die. Because all of mankind is shit. You're shit, I'm shit, Emma Watson's shit. Whether she can conceive or not, you're all equally shit. It doesn't matter how much he loves you, you're shit. Doesn't matter who loves you, you're shit. Everyone's dying. Except for the animals. Animals are cool. Including serpents, by the way. And the serpent imagery in this movie is amazing. One effect. They use it like 5 times throughout this movie. We're all shit. So, the flood hits, and that should be the end of the movie. Because that's the end of the story. Like, I know that Noah lives throughout it, and then the rainbow shows up. I was told the rainbow showed up. I left because I have a fear of thunderstorms, and thunderstorms hit around us. They're kind of still going on. Yeah, I'm a bit of a pussy when it comes to fucking thunderstorms. I don't care. I have a phobia. Fuck everything. Whew. But I was told the rainbow shows up. But no, this movie does not end because Inigo Montoya, Tubal Cain, he's still on the ship. And he actually cuts a hole in the ark with his axe, but the ark floats just perfectly fine. Doesn't spring a leak or anything. Okay? You don't think we would notice that? Really? You actually cut to a separate shot to show us he cut a hole in the fucking boat. Okay. And he's being nursed back to health because of Anakin. The fuck his name? I know the names here. Shem is the guy with the long hair. Ham. Fucking Ham. His name is Ham. Ironically, he's like one of the only characters in this that doesn't ham it up. But yeah, Ham. He's the guy who's helping Tubal Cain to health. And then, like, before the flood hits, Emma Watson finds Shem, finds him in the forest, and they fuck like jackrabbits. We don't get to see any of it. Heaven forbid, in this shitty movie, you maybe show us some naked Emma Watson. Fuck. No. But they fuck, and they're pregnant. She's pregnant, because they find out through the oil on the leaf trick. Which is a thing, apparently. I wouldn't know. That she's pregnant. And they go to tell Noah. They're like, holy crap, this is a miracle. This is a miracle sent by your grandfather who might be God. I don't know. Or the creator. Sorry. No God. The creator. And Noah... This entire movie changes from a biblical, like, environmental shit show to a psychological horror movie. Because Noah is like... He starts flipping out and breaking shit. And he's like, the fact that you can conceive is an abomination upon mankind. You're spitting in the face of the Creator. Even though the Creator has to have been the one that gave her the ability to conceive. Because it sure wasn't your fucking grandfather. Unless you admit that your grandfather has psychic powers and can teleport wombs into people. In which case, dude, fucking pass me whatever the hell you're having. The drugs and the alcohol in this movie is amazing. So, he starts flipping out and he goes, if it's a boy, then he'll just be the last one to die. I don't care about that. But if it's a girl, then life will continue on. And that can't happen. The Creator wants us all dead, and I intend to deliver. I'll kill your fucking baby. Our hero. I'm gonna kill your newborn if it's a girl. And icing on the fucking cake, because by the way, after this, cut 9 months later. Or however long it takes for her to basically be at labor stage. Nothing else happens. 9 months. Wonder what they ate. And she has the kid. They're trying to escape first. They build a raft and they're like, okay, we're fine. Noah sets a fucking arrow on it and sets it on fire. The ark is made of wood. Fuck me. That thing is still docked at your ship. That could have set your entire fucking ark on fire. There goes all the animals. There goes everything you worked for. All because you won't let them two go off. Why don't you let them go off? Like, if you're gonna... I'm just thinking out loud here. If you're gonna go full fucking psycho villain, why don't you let them go off and then light the thing on fire, killing them both? You have no qualms about killing people. Our hero. So, she has the kid, and, like, 3 different plans are going off right now. Tubal Cain sets Ham into motion, and he's like, bring your father to me. Bring your father to me, and we will kill him. Become a man. Stab your father in the fucking throat if I can't do it. And he goes, okay, I'll do it. Let's wake the animals up. Give me a reason to bring it down. Fuck you, kid. At the same time, I wouldn't give you any fucking blame for wanting to kill Noah. He's a psychopath. Then, Shem has a fucking spear. The man looks like a less bulky Roman Reigns, and he has a spear. And he's, like, standing in front of the tent while his wife is giving birth. And not his wife, I guess. But Emma Watson's character is giving birth. And Noah's wife is doing the birthing. And as Noah's about to basically do fucking battle with Shem, and Shem is ready to kill this bastard, I would be too, Ham runs up and he's like, the animals are awake and they're attacking each other, they're killing each other, they're eating each other. And he comes down, and him and the big bad square off. The knife flies out of the way, and the kid's staring at the knife like, oh my god, is he gonna do it? Fuck off. There's no suspense in this movie. None! The wife has the baby. She has 2 babies. They're both girls. Just... Now, Russell Crowe's gonna kill 2 kids. Because we needed more tension. Fuck you, like there's tension in this movie. The big bad's just about to kill Noah when the son has a change of heart and stabs him in the back. Yay! The son's still an asshole, and so is Noah. And the son turns to him and he's like, hey, her name is fucking... I don't know. What the fuck is her name? I'm trying to see if I can maybe see it. Nael. Her name is Nael. She was good. She was an innocent. Russell Crowe does not hear a fucking word of this. He goes to kill that kid. And, like, Shem, by the way, gets knocked out with 1 punch. Fucking, your glorious father to your kid there, Emma. Knocked out with 1 punch. And he goes with a dagger, and he's gonna go kill those kids. And then Emma Watson's like, let me at least calm them down, let them go in peace. And Russell Crowe just lets her. Because, okay. And then she starts singing the song that he sang to them. And oh, finally, Russell Crowe has a heart. And he just can't bear to kill those kids. Though he plots to murder them beforehand. He just can't do it. And he lets them live. And he drinks himself into a stupor because he failed God. And then when they reach land, he continues drinking, and he's failed God. And Ham walks off into the sun. I assume he dies alone, because they're the only humans left on the Earth. There's nobody else to find, so I guess he just kind of dies. And he talks with Emma, and Emma's like, God chose you for a reason, Noah. Because he knew that you were the best of man. Fuck you! The man plotted to murder an infant. Noah is a bad guy. He's a bad guy from the start of this movie. As a neglectful parent. He's a bad guy in the middle of the movie. When he knowingly and willingly allows a woman to be stampeded. And he's a bad guy at the end of this movie when he threatens to kill the daughter of who is essentially his daughter. This movie, oh my God, this movie's bad. And almost every, I would say 98, 99% of the lines in this movie are spoken in trailerese. And what I mean by that is everything is dramatic. Because it is what he wants. The Creator. He has chosen you. You must be a man. Everything mostly is whispered. Everything in this movie is spoken in fucking trailerese. This movie is bad. 6.1 on IMDb, Metacritic score of 46. That sounds about right to me. The only thing that saves this movie is the really wicked actors. Russell Crowe does what he can with this. And by the way, not the first Harry Potter actor to do what looks like to me to be a shitty horror movie. And yes, I consider fucking Noah to be a shitty horror movie. It turns into a psychological thriller later on. And it doesn't need to be. Half this shit's not in the Bible. I know that because my Nana knows that, because she fucking is heavily into the Bible. And then there's this movie here that I'm seeing for the first fucking time. I'm surprised why no one's mentioned this movie in before, but Horns, in 2013, starred Daniel Radcliffe, Juno Temple, and Sabrina Carpenter. I don't know who any of those people are. I know who Daniel Radcliffe is, but yeah, I don't know any of these people. In the aftermath of his girlfriend's mysterious death, a young man awakens to strange horns sprouting from his temples. And oh god, he looks like a fucking fruitcake. And this got a score of 6 on Metacritic, but a 7.2 on IMDb. And a Metascore of 52 out of 100. Oh, good god. Oh, this is based on the Stephen King novel. Yeah. This movie is not so bad it's good. This movie is so bad it's painful. Because all you had to do was make Noah a good guy. And make the descendants of Cain a bad guy. Make them transparently evil. In the Bible, Satan's transparently evil. All he wants is wanton destruction. And all the good people want is to spread the name of the Lord and do good things. Yeah, it's unrealistic, but for fuck's sakes. That's all you needed in this movie. Is for Noah to be a good guy. We didn't need moral dilemmas with Noah. We just needed the story of Noah. We did not need fucking Tobal Cain table... I don't have the fucking list up here anymore. We did not need the bad guy with the the fucking Emperor shit feeding... I mean, okay, we could have had that, right? Because that's what Satan does. He gets into your head and he messes with you. Here's the problem. He's right! The Satan in the books is not right. He twists the truth. He fucks with your head. Everything that this guy said was right. Your dad does not care about you. That's true. He willingly let your girl die. That's true. He's plotting to kill an infant. Yeah, I'm siding with him. And Russell Crowe's big character change at the end came out of nowhere. Because he heard his really good bedtime song. Fuck you. Ugh. Give this movie such a fucking pass that it tanks. It's already tanking in the box office, by the way. It's not making its money back. And I hope that it stays that way. Because this movie does not deserve money. It's not using it. It's not using the money. The effects of the actual flood were okay. Everything else was shit. The writing is shit. The characters are shit. Everybody's shit. That's the moral of this. Mankind is shit. And if you want that proven, look no further than this movie. Darren Aronofsky. Where have I heard that name before? Pi, Black Fountain, or Black Swan, sorry. The Fountain and Black Swan. Fortune Cookie, The Wrestler, Give this movie a pass. Do not watch this. If you're a Christian, good God, don't watch this. If there was anything more offensive to the fucking Bible than the Westboro Baptist Church, it's this movie. So, I've got nothing to leave this fuck. I have no final words. What do I say? Emma Watson, Russell Crowe, fucking Anthony Hopkins, Jennifer Connelly. Such great actors. You deserve better movies. Tell me, Russell Crowe. I wanna... Russell Crowe and Emma Watson I'm gonna look up. Please tell me they're doing something more. Please tell me. Emma's doing a movie called Regression in 2015. A father is accused of a crime he has no memory of committing. Alright. I'm guessing she's like the wife or something, and the guy is played by Ethan Hawke. That could be okay. She's also in this movie called La La Land. A jazz pianist falls for an aspiring actress. It's a romance. Could be good. Has Miles Teller. Don't know who that is. And oh, don't put Les Miserables on like the things he's known for. 'Cause he's Javert. The Water Diviner, which I'm pretty sure was just Noah. An Australian man travels to Turkey after the Battle of Gallipoli to try and locate his 3 missing sons. Alright, that movie looks like it's gonna be shit. Father and Daughters. A Pulitzer-winning writer grapples with being a widower and a father after a mental breakdown, while 27 years later, his grown daughter struggles to forge connections of her own. With Amanda Seyfried, which was pretty good. Alright, maybe. And The Nice Guys. A private eye investigates the apparent suicide of a fading porn star in the 1970s Los Angeles and uncovers a conspiracy. Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe. That seems like it would be... Okay, it's a comedy mystery. Comedy mystery thriller. So it's self-aware. Watch The Nice Guys. I don't know when this movie's coming out. It doesn't even have like a year to it. But watch The Nice Guys. Because that movie at least is self-aware that some of its parts might be shit. Even if it's bad, I get the feeling that it's going to be one of those so bad it's good. This is so bad it's painful. This was Noah, and this movie, much like the Ark itself, deserves to sink. I'm the Medieval Massacre, and that's what I saw.